represents 3 times the cost of running the Ministry of Housing and Social Improvement. The entire Ministry of Housing and Social Improvement, which is charged with the responsibility of discharging social services to the people of this country, delivering social services to the people of this country. Their total budget is 9.6 million. 9.6 million. But yet we're spending $30 million on consultancy and professional fees. The motor pool up there in Pigots, $10.4 million compared to $2.9 million in the previous year. So, Madam Speaker, when the Honourable Member for St. John's released promises at page 90 in the 2008 budget speech that government will continue its program of fiscal consolidation, it is completely without credibility. It is nonsense. And we cannot believe the projection at page 91 of any $18.4 million current account surplus in 2008. That is utter and total nonsense. The evidence in 2008 estimates is that this year the government operated a current account deficit in excess of $290 million. In 2007, $290 million. Nonetheless, the revised current revenue of $678 million at page 51 of the budget statement against the revised current expenditure of $969.6 million leaves a current account deficit of $291.6 million. This massive deficit, which the UPP is fighting tooth and nail to hide from the public, is the result of blatant corruption and incompetence in managing the affairs of state. And we said, I've already highlighted the evidence, Madam Speaker, untendered government contracts, giving it to their cronies without public tender. The World Cup spending scandal, $126.3 million. $126.3 million in the World Cup, of which $74.2 million, Madam Speaker, $74.2 million went into roads and curbs and drains alone. And then the member for St. John's Rural West don't want us to ask no questions. And that is my sin. My sin is to come here a couple of months ago and put on the order paper some questions about the World Cup. But we want a commission of inquiry. I want David Shaw, Sir David Shaw, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, to come and answer. How did he spend $74.2 million on roads and drains? The Minister of Finance brought this to this Honourable House some months ago. And this is what he told us was spent. Where we need to have the details, Madam Speaker. We need answers to our questions. I want to know how transportation alone cost $2.1 million. I want to know, Madam Speaker, I want to know how these consultants, and just to rent consulting engineers $907,000, Geotech $1 million, Cow Williams $68 million, $478,491. Mr. Minister, how can you just accept this? How? You can't just accept this. And Madam Speaker, he can jump high and he can jump low. That's the Prime Minister. There's prima facie evidence, as you lawyers will say, to cause a commission of inquiry. Madam Speaker, I crave your indulgence and I will circulate it for all honourable members to see. A correspondence written by the member for St. Philip South at the time, dated February 2nd, 2006, to the Honourable Justin Simon, Attorney General, where he is questioning Ambassador Shaw's right to go and enter into a contract with a private contractor without the input of the Director of Public Works or any technician at Public Works. I won't read the whole letter, but I will circulate it. Dear Attorney General, I enclose a copy of a letter from Ambassador His Excellency David Shaw to Sir Charles Williams and C.O. Williams Construction. You will note from Sir David's letter to Honourable Prime Minister Baldwin Spencer, Honourable Finance Minister Dr. Errol Court, and Sir David are the person who made the proposal to C.O. Williams. I also enclose a copy of a letter addressed to me from His Excellency, in which he describes the above letters to Sir Charles as the proposal dated January 20th, 2006, which he claims was sanctioned by the Prime Minister before dispatch. Sir David graciously supplied me with a copy for my information. I should be obliged to receive your comments and opinion on these transactions in light of your recent pronouncement that the government of Antigua and Barbuda accepted the Don Mitchell CBE QC report, which recommends that the amateurish way in which I had conducted negotiations in the past should be discontinued. Your views and opinion on these matters will be appreciated. I trust that you will treat this matter as urgent and given it the priority which I think it deserves. Yours sincerely, Honourable Will McDaniel, Minister of Works, Transportation and Environment. He copied it to the Prime Minister and every single member of Cabinet. It is there for all to see. Then you have correspondence from Will McDaniel to Dr. Court, January 31st, 2006. Then you have another correspondence from David Shaw to Sir Charles Williams, January 20th, 2006. And then he's writing to Will McDaniel, and he's telling him, receipt of your letter 23rd of January is hereby acknowledged. I wish to advise that the proposal dated 20th of January 2006, to which your letter referred, was seen and sanctioned by the Prime Minister. So in other words, he's telling him, you're not a little minister, man. You're a little boy. This was sanctioned by Baldwin Spencer. And a copy was sent to you for your information, just for your information. Better they appoint a Minister of Public Works. He can torpedo the whole ministry and a whole minister and tell him I only sent the letter for your information. So, Madam Speaker, the evidence and all of the rest are here. I won't take up more time on this point. Just to say that the construction of that, not the stadium, the roads, all the ancillary services around here, the $130 million that was spent, we need to know how it was spent, where, what was waived, which tenders were waived. We want a full explanation, full accountability. Not because you have $800 million in taxes and in revenue, you can just wither away the people's money like that and treat the people of this country with impunity and get up here and defending one individual and refusing to give accountability. And then we see the airport upgrade fiasco, which I've already mentioned, the $157 million US loan from Habib. Then you have the multi-million-dollar witch hunt that he spoke about earlier, to jail leading ALP officials on spurious charges, spurious nonsensical charges that won't go anywhere about misbehaving in public office. Then you have the multi-million-dollar treasury rape in favor of the Henry Land out there at Fry's. $25 million to pay one family back, something that was consummated 25 years ago. And they tell us that is good governance. That's how they waste the people money.
Honourable Member?
Yes?
You're going to have to request more time from the House.
Well, I would like to ask for more time, Madam Speaker. Another hour, please, so I can be like the Honourable Member for St. Philip South. Please? No, man, come on. Another hour, what, 15 minutes?
Another 15 minutes,
Oh,
sir.
Madam Speaker, that's not fair. Other members had an hour and a half. Everybody spoke for at least an hour and a half. Come on, Madam Speaker.
When you say it's not fair, what do you mean?
Because everybody was given an hour and a half, and I was being disturbed.
That is by leave of the
half
House.
an hour. Give me half an hour.
Honourable
Half
members. Honourable members. This is not a debate. That's not part of the debate. You get an hour. You are entitled to an hour. Anything after that is by leave of the House. They have agreed to 15 minutes.
Well, the Minister of Finance said half an hour. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, page 35, the budget statement reveals a plan to further enhance production capacity and ensure greater reliability in service in 2008. And I quote, the government will finalize arrangements to secure approximately 30 megawatts of additional power generating capacity. This should further augment overall capacity in 2008 to 317 kilowatt hours. Madam Speaker, not one single word about the reduced cost of electricity to consumers, the highest electricity rates in the Western Hemisphere,